Hello, hello, and what's up, everybody? And welcome back to another Thursday Tea with your fave medium, Dani. What's up? How are y'all doing this week? I missed y'all last week. I hope, despite everything that's going on, we have been able to bring some inner peace in our own little worlds. So, how are y'all doing? So, for those of you that are new, my name is Dani, and I am a medium intuitive psychic. And those of you that are coming back, welcome back. Hey, hey. So, every week I like to dig in and do a reading into a topic. So, my last reading was on social media, just as to the timeline, what it looks like it will come to be. Very, very interesting and very insightful. If I were you, I'd check that out. I'll plug that in up in the corner. And so this week, I decided to do a month of July overview. So just some insights for the collective, anything that can come up, just some advice and messages from spirit to see, what could possibly come up. And I want to do that just to kind of lay out an outline for the month of July, especially as I get into more topics. Excuse me, sorry about that. Especially as I get into more topics and we can see how that connects. So, very fun stuff. I love to build a story if you don't know that about me. So, as I said, the channel is called Thursday Tea with Dani. I do have tea, and the tea I'm drinking today is an organic ginger, turmeric, and something else tea from Trader Joe's. Really good with some honey. Very helpful. Keeping my insides warm and just really making sure I'm bringing the things I need to bring. It's called Thursday Tea with Dani. I'm serving hot tea, but I also love to drink tea. So, adding those pieces. Okay, so before we get started, let me plug in myself. Once again, my name is Dani. I'm a medium intuitive psychic with my books currently open. And you can check out my website below, www.danielleclack.com. Along with that, I do have a new reading service open right now for a limited time up until August called the Mid-Year Reading Review. So I did do some overview year readings that went really well and are really helping a lot of my clients. And a lot of clients are coming back around saying they need a year overview, but half the year's gone. So I offer this new mid-year service. So please, please, please take advantage. Check it out. I also have reviews up of my readings and other types of readings, past life readings, love readings, and your general ancestral divination reading, where you, me, and your dad get together and, we start talking the shits. It was a really great experience. I love creating a space for my clients. So if you love the space I create here, imagine what I create for you personally. um, I don't know, that sounded a little off. You know what I mean, okay? So let's get into it. So for the month of July, we're doing energies, looking into some insights, and as to what's to come. So let's start off with the music. So we have Often by The Weeknd. I usually love sleeping all alone. This time around, bring your friend with you. But we ain't really going to sleep at all. You ain't gonna catch me with them sneak pictures. In my city, I'm a young god. That pussy kill be so vicious. My god white, he in my pocket. He get me redder than a devil till I go nauseous. So I do read the music in a different way. I know it's probably like, what? So, start with the first line. I usually love sleeping alone. A lot of us are going to come into partnerships because you really don't. A lot of you are really either coming into partnerships with someone you've been dating, or it could be you looking for a partnership. But we're starting to realize we want a partner. We want more for some of us, and some of us are kind of afraid that it's going to come with other things. And for some of you, it will. Some of you are going to come into partnership with people that have kids. Some of you are going to come into partnership with people, like I said, have kids and are co-parenting. So that is bringing on along somebody. Some of you are coming to partnership with people that are heavily focused on their career, heavily focused on their family or certain things that are going on. So it is coming with other things. And so Spirit wants you to kind of sit with this and understand that nothing's perfect. And also, um, we just have to remember what we're choosing, who we're choosing, and that everybody comes with their things. Everybody. And some you just have to sit with, are you willing to be understanding, or is that a thing that you're willing to partake in? Right? And then a lot of us, what this is also stating, remember that you are protected. Remember that you do have guides and people watching over you. Some of us may feel like it's we're not getting enough privacy. We're not really being seen as human in a way to not be seen to be put on in this box. Because a couple of that could be watching me could have a presence on social media, could be influencer type. If so, book a motherfucking reading. What's wrong with you? And we're just tired. Okay, so I see a lot of you, some of you, a very few of you that are in this spotlight. We feel like there are people around us that are sneaky. So in July, we're probably going to get a lot of messages or get things highlighted to us as to how we have to start moving. Okay, so that was the music energy. Very deep, very deep. These, as a lot, as you guys know, my returning folks, playing cards are my main way of doing readings, main way of doing divinations. I'll add in like tarot oracle cards, but I'll always use my playing cards. So let's see what is going on for July. I'm really interested and curious because I don't look at these cards beforehand. Okay, some learning. Stepping student. Look at these fours. Uh-huh. Oh, this is exciting. Let me take a sip of my tea. I just got new cards because I've really been using them for these last 2 years. Okay, so I actually really like the energy of this reading, and I really like what's coming. And let's see what's going. Don't worry about my fingers. When I'm channeling, I gotta like move. It's like the energy's like bouncing around. So okay, this message, that message. But let me succinct it. So we have this Jack of Clubs. What I really love about this, a lot of us are in this position of being the page, the student, and I mentioned partnerships earlier. Yes, for a lot of you, if you feel like there's been delays in your partnership, or it's just like maybe you're too busy, they're too busy, and it's been a lot of trying to come together. And this isn't even just for partnerships. This is for friends. This is for things that we've been trying to get going, and we've been feeling like it's been major delays. Saturn is in retrograde right now, so with delays come lessons. So make sure that you're noticing a lesson that's coming up, because that could be part of your obstacle right there personally. And so we're gonna see some stability coming to our relationships, coming to those connections with people that we love. If it's been feeling like things are up in the air, it's been shaky, not so stable, and not in a way where it's like we gotta like end it. It's just like it's a lot going on. Um, and Spirit is saying, if you feel like this is a way with a person, please keep in mind that um, people are battling and facing things that they don't tell everyone, even if you are with them, you are a friend, all those things. They battle things and deal with things. So if people are coming to you saying, I'm sorry, I'm trying to work this out, I've been figuring this out, please, please have some compassion and empathy and understanding, and just, take a step back and give it time. And not take a step back as a stop talking to them, but if there's something that needs to be moving forward or you've been looking for to keep going, take a pause for a moment, and you'll see how when that thing happens, it was meant to happen that way. And then we have the four spades. A lot of you have been talking about the stability that you want, how you want it to come into be. You've been communicating with this with people in your life, people in your circles, people that you love, and some of us are looking for people to match exactly. For example, say like you feel like you're ready to get a house. You're like, I'm ready to get a house. I'm tired of renting. And your homegirl's renting or your homeboy's renting and they're tired. You're like, let's both get a house. And that person's like, no, like, I'm not ready. I'm not sure. And you're like, come on, like, let's just do it again. No. So sorry, y'all. My alarm went off and it cut off the video. So let's get back into it. I was going over an example. So say like you are tired of renting. You're like, I'm tired of renting. I want my own, and I feel like I could be paying less, whatever the case may be. And you try to bring on a friend. It's always like great and fun to have somebody along with us for the ride. But Spirit wants you to sit with yourself and ask yourself, why do you need somebody else around or along on the ride to do something that you want to do, right? So let's sit with ourselves and figure out, like, are we looking to create stability, or are we trying to create stability for ourselves? And what is the fear that stop you from heading on to this opportunity on your own, and recognize that it's a path for you? It's not about people around you not having um the will, the want. They just have their own thing that they have to keep in mind of and focus on that is different from yours. And then we have this two of clubs, self, which ties in this reading. It's about self. This month of July, a lot of you are seeing, okay, half the year is gone. What do I want to come forward for the year 2023? God, I can't believe we're already talking about that, but I'm already making plans for that. What are we looking for the year 2023? What do I want to accomplish? And not even just financial gains or anything, but like personally, for health, for mental health, all these things. So think of self and think ahead for you. A lot of us need to turn inward, and that does not mean cut out everybody else, but when you're so focused on the other person, this and that, turn the mirror to you and say, okay, I'm so hyper focused on their shit, on them. What is it that I need to focus on that I'm avoiding essentially? And I really don't want to face in this moment. So I'm using other people to face their things because it's easier. I know, very real, but that is what is calling for us to do as a collective. I think we all been so hyper focused on outside things, and of course, it's needed. Look what's happening. That we are neglecting ourselves, and we are internalizing the stress, the anxiety from the world. And that is a lot. Some of us are internalizing anxiety not only from the world, but from our family, from our own personal friends. And to be honest, they didn't ask you to do that, to even be so worried about that. But you are stressing yourself out. So turn it to you, and that's where your stability is gonna come. That's where our relationships will connect and will flow through when we step back and just really focus on us and let those people focus on them. And y'all not the only one feeling red right now. I am being red up and down for various things. So let's just sip our tea and take this in. But like I said, I'm really excited because when we turn the focus on ourselves and when we really hone in, sorry for hitting the mic, I know that's going to sound freaking loud on the thing. Apologies. That's when other things start to fall into place, and we tend to forget because we start to neglect ourselves. And we're human, we do that. But now, come on, reel it back in. Reel it back in. Bring it around town. Bring it. I just watched that episode recently of SpongeBob. All right. Now, I'm trying to figure out if I want to get into angel advice or shadow advice. They're saying angel. So let's start with angel. So let's see what the advice from our angels are going to be. First one we have is yellow jasper. Oop. Control issues. Utilize your God-given strength and power instead of fearing that others may try to control you. So, if you're like me, trauma has had you big on your control issues. And I'm not gonna lie, that looks like a heart. But this month of July, and I can see for our shadow selves, it's gonna highlight our need for control. And we don't tend to realize just how deep control issues can go. Some people are like, "What? I'm always in tune with the universe. I always accept what you gotta say." Do you? Or are you somebody when we give somebody a task, do they have to do it a certain way that you need to be done? Did you grow up with somebody like that? So in turn, you have to control your environment, how it goes, who comes in, who comes out, when they can come in, how long they can stay, how far they can go. You get where I'm going here? Control issues. And it goes into the partnerships and things fall into line and us talking about, people, are working through their things. So it's not them. Like, it's not saying like they're done with you or like they're not going to be able to do this. They're figuring it out. And part of your anxiety that I see coming in fear is the control issues. And something that I've been told that I am looking into that can help with control issues, I've been told is swimming. I'm gonna learn how to swim again. Trust in the flow of the water, float. It's crazy. I finished this movie called Vacation Friends, and it's with Molly. That is not her name. Yvonne Orji from Insecure and Little Rel, and they made these friends on vacation. And there's a piece where Little Rel's character is very big on control issues. He's a planner, organizer, kind of like me, but not to like that full extent, but that's me. I turn up my camera, you'll see a bunch of sticky notes, and there's nothing wrong with that, but sometimes we can really create a fantasy in our mind of how things should go, and when it doesn't go how we want it, exactly how we want it, we flip. And he asked him, man, he said, when things are going crazy, you're always just like, oh, things will turn out right. Even if they don't turn out right, you're always just so calm. And he explained being in the army, how they dropped them off in the middle of water, whatever, and told them to swim their asses back. Everybody else was freaking out, and he said it just got to the point he just floated because he couldn't control the current. He couldn't control how harsh it was going, how slow it was going. He just had to be and trust in that water taking it. And that hit me because I was like, damn, man. They always say go with the flow, float. So just a little advice, I'm looking at swimming lessons. I'll keep you updated. If you are going to look into swimming lessons or whatever, let me know and we'll just do this together. Next we have is garnet. Purification and detoxification. It's time to release physical and energetic toxins from your life. Yes. So some of us are going to realize in the month of July there are things that we're going to let go that do not serve us. Things, people, rituals, whatever we do. Really take a step back and give a bird's eye view. Is this working out? And that is something I'm doing in my routine. I'm realizing I gotta glamorize more like my day-to-day things. And I always often have to change. I have a lot of Gemini degrees. So my routines often have to change. And I'm a Leo. I hate change. So as you can see, it's like this power fight. And we have Angelite, spiritual or religious community. Join with like-minded people for friendship and increased spiritual growth. Yes, some of you are really stepping into your spiritual journey. And it's okay if you have close friends. That's not their thing. That is okay. We don't need everybody in our life to be hella spiritual. Ugh, can you imagine? Ugh, annoying. We need variety. So, if that is what you need, look for those groups of people. Now, don't fall to anything, okay? Discernment, intuition, utilize that as you are looking for community and friends. Dolomite. All in all, stay strong in your faith. A positive outcome is dependent on you keeping a positive mindset. And not like that faux positivity. I'm talking about this fear and anxiety that we have when it comes to things not working out the way that we want it to. And so we feed ourselves all these negative things, like, and it just piles and piles. Let's start replacing each negative thing with a positive thing, starting little by little. So that way, as we're removing the negative, we're filling ourselves up with positive things, realistic things. Let me take a sip. Perfect. Now let's get into our shadow cards. Let's see what they got to say. Addictions. Think about the emotions you're trying to cover up. Deal with those emotions, process, heal, and release them. So, if some of us are realizing, okay, like I'm seeing like a lot of shopping, money spending, it's not just drugs. It could be things that we're doing to cope. And they're saying like, what are these emotions that you're trying to process? Let's um let's sit for a moment. Let's meditate. Let's really sit and think and reflect. Like, what are they? What is the root? And that will like assist with being so quick to try to utilize other things like social media, weed, whatever have you, whatever the devices are. They're just saying like, let's make sure that we are being honest with ourselves about how we're feeling in that moment. Let's process our emotions and deal with them in real time. And ways you can do that, I'm seeing journaling be really good, going to nature, maybe even just taking a step back before you do whatever you're going to do. Take a step back and assess. Am I doing this because I just feel like, smoking a little right now, or having a sip of wine, or doing this? Or did something just happen and I feel like I need to do this thing to relax, to calm down? Impatient. Ooh, spirit is like patience. Look for patterns of your impatience. Notice the negative physical symptoms it causes you. Take deep breaths and slow down. Stress, all that, it comes into our bodies. And just because you don't recognize like when it's coming, how it's coming, does not mean it's not happening. For example, when I have certain stressful work, my shoulders tighten. They tighten because it feels like, there's things coming on. So they really want you to take a step back, take deep breaths, and slow down. I know we want things to happen when we want to happen, but that's impatience, that's control issues. So those are ways you can really, really hone in on that. Last shadow, quarrelsome. Does this action fulfill an emotional need for you? Does it make you feel powerful? Is it a bad habit that needs to stop? Argumentative, like, and we all know those people. Like, I think of people that be in relationships that would purposely like just start an issue just to stress out their partner, and I can only do it or like make them spaz out. Just what is your emotional need from that? Why do you do that? What power are you trying to feel? Because it is a power move. Like, what? Look into that. I'm seeing for some of you. Because some of you is probably like, oh my God, it's so cute. I just love it. But the other person's going to get tired, or other people around you. So, what is the need for that quarrelsome? And sit with that. Okay. And then, last but not least, we're going to have some messages from Under the Sea for the month of July. Just some extra insight, maybe confirmation. And for those of you that are new, Under the Sea is this little lady right here. that I painted myself. Message from Under the Sea from the Mermaid. So they're all filled with handwritten, intuitively written. I have not added anything in a bit, so I might add some more. Intuitively written messages I got intuitively here just to, pull out for you. So let's see what we have here. Let's see what the Miss Mermaid advice she has to give. Shaking it up. I like to stir it and pretend. I can grab it from my hand, but as you see, a few of them popped out. Okay, so let's bring this up a little bit higher. Perfect. So first one we have is tell them the truth. So some of you, part of comes with addictions. We're not telling people the truth of how we're feeling in the moment. Also, some of you are probably keeping something from someone. Maybe the person is trying to figure out something, but you know some other info, or you've been feeling like you should tell them, and it isn't your place. Tell them the truth. Next one we have is time for a detox. It came up again. Okay. What do we need to detox from? Look at that. Let me tell you something. I be knowing. Okay? One thing you're gonna take from this, Dani for real be knowing my name on here. It's not a fluke. It ain't fake. I be knowing. Next we have to focus on material. Yes. So what this means is we're being hyper focused on things, this and that, what we don't have, when we need to take a step back and bring the focus to ourselves. When you're too focused on material, you don't show much gratitude for what you currently have in your life. So please sit back and think, what am I grateful for? What do I need to show gratitude more towards? As you get more anxiety from not getting these things, fill that with gratitude. And then we have your feelings are valid. So even though we are feeling impatient, we are feeling very annoyed with delays, those feelings are valid. So Spirit wants you to understand, yes, your feelings are valid, but the other person's feelings matter too. And sometimes we get too microscopic on how we feel, how annoyed we are with things that go on. We don't think about how the other person's possibly feeling, especially if things are happening within their world that is delaying or causing issues in your world, and vice versa. So this is a reminder: your feelings are valid, but just remember that their feelings are valid too. And that is all I have for y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining me. This was Amazing Thursday Tea. I hope this insight for July assists. Remember, your feelings are valid. Tell them the truth. Don't be too focused on material. And what is it that we need to detox from? Thank y'all so much. I had so much fun with y'all. Catch you next time. Bye.